So the Los Angeles Clippers just pulled out one of the most electrifying wins you will ever see in a playoff game. This one really just got your juices flowing if you're a fan of the NBA and just a fan of the game of basketball. Kawhi Leonard is just unreal. I know why they call him the Claw. I know why people compare him to a robot. He was an ultra efficient 15 of 19 from the field. He barely missed. And what is just so impressive about his game is how he's always injured. He should be rusty, but he just comes into these playoff games when the lights are the brightest, and he's one of the best basketball players on the planet. He really is. Injuries is the only reason why he is not in that conversation. He is that good. When you put his defensive and offensive impact together into one player, man, you just get somebody who can win you a basketball game pretty much by himself. And that is what we saw tonight. Obviously, some other players did have their moment and made big plays, but it was Kawhi Leonard that stepped up and made the big plays that had to be made, and he led the way. But it was Kawhi Leonard that stepped up and made the plays that needed to be made, and he was the one that just put the team on his back. Obviously, James Harden has been so good all year. I still think what he did in 2025 was extremely underrated. He was one of the best players in the league. But when you put that next to Kawhi Leonard, all of a sudden, you have a team that is capable of making it to the NBA Finals. And if the Clippers didn't pull out this game, their season was pretty much done, because you don't want to go down 2-0 to the MVP. And I know how this whole Kawhi thing works. It's kind of hard to explain and put into words, but I feel like people don't really pay attention unless you actually watch the game when people say that he is playing at an MVP level right now. He really is just that good. But I feel like people just instantly think of his injuries. They think of his unavailability. So people just totally ignore whenever someone says he is an MVP caliber player that can put a team on his back. I feel like everyone forgets about what he did with the Raptors and that championship run. Like, he is that guy, and we are seeing it on display right now. The only question is, can he do it for 28 games? Can he do it for a month straight? Because so far, there is no proof that he can at this point in his career. Obviously, when he was younger, he could do anything that he wanted to, but it's almost like he doesn't have any of those calluses or whatever. He doesn't have any wear and tear. So as soon as he starts getting those bumps and bruises, instantly he's unavailable to play. So hopefully he can stay healthy, but Charles Barkley kind of talked about that on TNT, and I completely agree. He doesn't have that wear and tear. He's not used to playing at this level with this level of physicality for a long period of time in a row. But yeah, man, this was just such a crazy game overall. I honestly feel so bad if you were not able to watch this one. It was back and forth down to the very end, and there were some crazy moments, like when Aaron Gordon missed that wide open dunk. He's actually a dunk contest. No. He should have been a dunk contest champion, but Dwayne Wade rated his dunk 9 out of 10. I still remember the song / diss track that he made. That was hilarious. But that was like the big turning point in this game. He missed the dunk. Kawhi Leonard took the ball and made a turnaround jump shot, and then after that, I think it was Michael Porter Jr. who got a rebound, and he turned it over, which led to a Norman Powell clutch 3, and that was a big pick-me-up because he needed that one to go down. He needed to see it go through the hoop. Hopefully he can take that shot, take the momentum from that shot into the next game back in LA. And overall, the role players on the Clippers have been so much better at home this season, so that definitely creates an interesting dynamic for Game 3. But still, the Clippers are going to have to execute, but Game 3 is in the future. Let's talk about what just happened. Let's break down this game. But first, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, I'm going to break down some game film as best as I can. As you can see right here, James Harden has the ball on the left wing, and pretty much he's getting double teamed. Jamal Murray has his complete attention on him, and that left Nikola Jokic scrambling. The ball went inside to Zubac, and he was able to find Kawhi in the corner, and that is going to go in every single time, especially in a big moment. You might as well put the 3 points on the scoreboard before he even lets go of the ball. And then here, this is just simple action. Powell drives in on Jamal Murray, does a nice little in and out move to get some penetration. He gets it to Zubac, who then gets a tough finish through contact for the and one. Zubac really has been the most underrated Clipper this entire season. I know people have been giving him his credit. I've seen it on social media and as well as just like talk shows and stuff, but still, he really has been that good. I remember, I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I remember when we went out west and he just completely dominated us when we were on a big winning streak. Now here, this was the big momentum changing play and a big shot by Norman Powell. It started off with Kawhi Leonard missing a 3, and then Michael Porter Jr. got the rebound, but the ball got tipped. Great hustle play, and Powell takes it out to the right wing, and then he has the matchup on Braun. He passes to Kawhi, gets it back, and then drills the clutch 3 right over Nikola Jokic, and he was fired up after this shot. And then here, Kawhi Leonard had a one-on-one matchup on Aaron Gordon. There wasn't enough time for Westbrook to get over to double team him, so he just made his move, got to his spot, and knocked down the jumper to give the Clippers the 3-point lead with 50 seconds left in the game. And that was actually all she wrote. The Nuggets did have a few looks at the end of the game. I thought the Clippers probably should have fouled. That would have been the smart thing to do, to not even give Jokic that last three. But nonetheless, the game ended, the Clippers got the dub, and now they have claimed home court advantage for the rest of the series. Now to get into some of the numbers from this game, Kawhi Leonard logged 39 minutes, which is a lot for a guy who has been so injury prone over the last 2 years, but he had 39 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He was +6 in terms of plus minus, and that's a lot in a 3-point win. And he was 15-19 from the field, perfect from the free throw line, and 4-7 from behind the arc. It's hard to put into words how good he was in this game. James Harden played 38 minutes. He had 18 points with 3 rebounds and 7 assists. He did turn the ball over 4 times, but for how much the ball was in his hands, it actually wasn't that terrible, especially considering that Nikola Jokic had 7 on the other side. He was 7-17 from the field. Zubac had 16 and 12 for a double-double. He logged 40 minutes leading the team, and he was +3, 6-10 from the field. And then Powell, he played 33 minutes and had 13 points with 3 assists, and he actually had 3 steals. The entire starting lineup had a steal, so I thought that was good to see. And he was +8, leading the team in plus minus, and was 5 of 14 from the field. And then Dunn had 5 points with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. And then Ben Simmons off the bench, he played 7 minutes, had 2 points. Batum played 18 minutes, he had 6 points and 4 rebounds. And then Jones had 6 points and 2 rebounds. And Bogdanovic played 15. He didn't score at all. He was 0 of 5, so not his best night. But overall, defensively, the Clippers just had this game on locks. I really cannot wait to watch the rest of this series unfold because it is just good basketball. Hopefully this goes to 7 games. I do think the Clippers are going to win. Obviously the Nuggets have Jokic, so that does give them a major advantage. But if Kawhi Leonard can stay on the floor and he can log 35 plus minutes for the rest of this series, I really do think the Clippers are going to pull through. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. That's really all I have to say. I'm going to stop yapping. Here's what some of the guys had to say in their post-game interviews.
James, even if a lot of it was was there anything that the Nuggets were doing defensively that you feel like threw you guys off at all? Ball pressure, Russ as a safety, anything like that?
No, if you look at the game, I think the first half we had 10 turnovers and they had, I think, 14, 15 points, just easy layups, like things you can't, like uncontested layups, things you can't fight back from. So, we just got to be better, and we will be.
Thank you all so much if you made it to this point in the video, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. And also let me know what you'd like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.